Oh, I'm not taking a picture.
I'm doing a video.
Hi, I have people on my phone. You haven't seen me in quite a while. I have not posted an individual video outside of my shorts on my page for quite some time because I wasn't getting the viewership that I wanted, or just like even just a couple people watching, and it kind of discouraged me. But then I remembered, one, you're a small account. Two, I'm not doing this for the views. I'm doing this for the love of the game. So I had to lock in. So I'm locking in today. So as you see, I was in Canal Street. So I was like in Chinatown, but then you cross a block, all of a sudden you in Little Italy. It was quite a culture shock. But then I remember, we're in New York City, honey. This is what it's all about. I'm about to glue back two of my nails because they came off. So this is the set. This was look full on my left hand. So I'm gonna re-glue them. But let me show you the things that I got today. So I went to my sister's house. She got me this tote bag. I already have this tote bag, but a pink one now too. Come on, favorite color. Hello. We went to this little anime store in Canal Street, and look, I got a Jigglypuff. I just need a Squirtle, and I have all my favorite Pokemon. I have a Pikachu plush. I have a Sleeping Charmander back there, and now I have a Jigglypuff. All I need is Squirtle, and I'm completed. Along with this bookmark from the flower shop in Grand Central. It's pink. Y'all already know I'm a bookmark collector. And look, it's like flowers and leaves, and they dried it more likely and put it in a plastic to make a bookmark out of it. So, talking about books, I have 2 books available on my hold at my local library that I need to pick up tomorrow. So that's my new bookmark added to the collection. And also I got a San Marino character Hippers director of minifigures, so you could attach it to your phone. I already opened it to see what it was, but I'm gonna act surprised when I open it again. See, I already know how it goes. This, I have the lucky stars. I got Hello Kitty, but I wouldn't care which one I would have gotten, to be honest. All of them are cute as hell, but I got Hello Kitty. That's my girl. She's keeping Japan on her back. She's holding Japan on her back. Hello Kitty's holding Japan on her back. She's keeping them afloat. You know, it's the last thing she does, you know? So, real. So I'm up to part 3 of Catching Fire. It has been a wild ride. A lot of people said this is their favorite book. I kind of like the first one better than this one. Not gonna lie. Even though the drama and the stakes are much higher in this one, for sure, because President Snow is really like keeping a watchful eye on Katniss and them's, and it's just very scary for her because he's threatening like everyone she cares about because he feel like she defied him and the capital, by doing that ruse that she did on their last day of the Hunger Games. But it's like, sir, you said one thing where 2 victors can win. We did that. Then the last second, you're like, no, we lied. So yeah, I'm gonna do the reverse Uno on you. And what about it? RIP to the guy who had to get off for that transgression of, you know, letting both of them live. And yeah, sucks to be you. Peeta, to be honest, is my favorite character. Like, he's really up there as like fave. I said that the first book, but reading this one, I really just love Peeta, even though he stressed me the hell out. Because why would you say that Katniss is pregnant? You stressing me out. You stressing me out, Peeta. You stressing me out. Because the second time you're gonna put a stunt and nobody knows about it except you. And yo, but I just love how fast on his feet he is, and just how calm and collective he is about everything. Like, yeah, he did have an outburst in this game, not this game, in this book, because Haymitch and like Katniss was keeping stuff from him. But outside of that, like, he's just so calm, so collective, so just chill. Like, you just taking everything in stride, like one day at a time. And I'm just like, I love Peeta. Like, Peeta's really my fave. The more I read this book, I low-key still don't feel like Jennifer Lawrence was the best pick of Katniss. I'm sorry, not sorry, but every time I look at her, I'm just like, I don't get Katniss every time I look at you. I'm like, I just don't get that vibe. I think it's because really a woman of color should have played Katniss. So every time I see Katniss, I'm just like, all I see is this white lady. Well, how's a white woman doing here? You know? You know, they're trying to make this a love triangle between like Katniss and Gale, and I'm like, Gale is not, it's not a love triangle because Gale is very much irrelevant. No tea, no shade, pink lemonade, but I feel like they're forcing really hard to like make it like it's a love triangle in this book, and it's really not a love triangle. Gale had no chance. He had a chance, he never took it. So like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, they never gave background of like a feeling like they ever had a thing for each other. It was just very much like give buddy core. They hunted together to like feed their family and, you know, be friends more because they share the same trauma, both losing their dads in the same place, the same way. But outside of that, I don't get like romantical vibes from them. I feel like it's kind of forcing the idea. So I'm just like, I'm not seeing it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not believing it. It's not giving love triangle. It's just two people and you trying to force a third in there, and it's not giving. It's not giving. It's not giving. It's not giving. Sorry to Gale. Sorry to that man. Maybe that Arthur who said that about him, she was correct, because like, I'm not gagging with him. I love how strongly he feels about wanting to fight against the Capitol and do a revolution. I'll give him his 10s for that. You know, fight against the establishment. I'll give his 10s for that. And how much, you know, he cares for Katniss and her family. I'll give his 10s for that. But like, I just feel like it's just very much like giving friendship. I'm there for my bestie more so than I'm there because I'm in love with this woman. As those the Peeta, like, I could just definitely feel like he's always like Katniss for a long time, and I feel like the games just help push him to really put his best foot forward to finally get the woman that he wants. And I feel like every time they just, like, when she cuddles with him, when she has her nightmares, like, I'm like, this is adorable. This is so cute. Like, maybe I'm like one of the Capitol loving this romance, even though children are literally dying. And then for the messy ass, wait, I've glued my hand, fudge. For the messy ass, you know, game maker and President Snow to be like, yeah, and all the past victors, they're gonna be the ones as part of the games this time. You messy ass bitch. You messy, miserable ass bitch. Oh, I can't stand it. Man. Can't stand him. And, you know, Haymitch, I feel bad for him so bad because I just know he's fighting demons. And when we got a glimpse of like his, hold on, let me pause the beat. And like, what did I say? Yeah, and just, I knew that Peeta was not gonna let Haymitch get back in the game because he's gonna do everything in his mighty power to protect Katniss while Haymitch and Katniss are conspiring to keep Peeta alive. It's quite funny. I'm sorry, my brother came in here, so I couldn't finish my discussion of the book. I don't even know what the last thing I talked about. But I do want to talk about a show that I watched, Monarch. So good, 10/10, first season, so fantastical. I enjoyed every minute. I love the Monsterverse, so I had a ball of a time watching it. There's so many movies that I want to see this year. Well, a couple so far trailers that I've seen. I want to see the drama with Zendaya. I feel like that's like the first project outside of Spider-Man that I actually want to see if Zendaya is. I'm sorry to my girl, I love her, but a lot of her stuff I really don't care for. I tried to watch Euphoria, couldn't get to it, wasn't my thing. Doom, don't really care for it, don't want to watch it. But the drama, I kind of feel for it. Spider-Man, I love comics, so of course I'm gonna sap for that. Yeah, so I think I want to see the drama. I'm excited to see it. I do want to see it, so I'm gonna be sat for it and watch it. I'm up to 31 out of my 50 goal on my goal this year for reading. This Saturday I'm going to the movies though to see You and Me in Tuscany. I wanted to see it the minute I saw that trailer like 3 months ago. I knew, oh yeah, I have to see this black rom-com. Like, yeah, I need this. And I'm not a rom-com girl. But when I saw this trailer, I said black rom-com. I'm sad. Very much giving me like black romance contemporary, so I was like, yeah, I'm sad for this. I do want to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I know a lot of people have their like whims with it, but I really don't give about what other people think of something until I see it. Okay, hopefully we'll see it tomorrow so that I can give you like my non-spoiler review of it. So I think that's really all I have to discuss. I really don't have a lot to say. Oh, I am partially employed. It's complicated because like I have to wait for the lady to call me, beat me if she want to reach me. So like let me know that like there's an available place so I can go work. But I might hire her for this one location that I was dumb far, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to make the trek to like go because I need money. I need to work. I need to do something. Okay, I haven't been in school. I'm a girl. I'm moving this year. I already put it in the air. I've talked about it like it's already happening. Like my boxes and my bags already packed. And I have the apartment as we speak. Like I'm in a Zillow, just looking at apartments. It's happening this year. By the end of this year, I will be in my own place. I'm so excited to be in my place. Just me and my kitty cat. I do ever in life. Right before I'm 30. But I think that's all I have to say for now. And if I see one GPO, one P3, whatever the fuck it's called, an ad on my TikTok on TV, I'm gonna lose my mind. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave us alone. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. My phone. I'm back home. I went to the library as you saw, and when I showed like a bit clips of me at the library, I'm right in front of my window because literally the light is so good instead of being at my computer desk where the lighting is not like, it's not the best. But I got 2 books for my haul. I sent back my Hunger Games book. I didn't finish it, but I got it from Hoopla, so I'll just finish it on there. But the 2 books I got was No Matter What by Kara Bastan. I never read Ready or Not, but Promise Me Sunshine was literally one of my favorite books of last year. I cannot, to this day, I still can't forget how spectacular, show-stopping, never before seen that book was. It's literally in my top 5 of last year. Top 5 or top 3. Swear everything I love. Definitely that was a 5-star. So I had to get her new book, No Matter What. So basically, one of my favorite booktubers talked about this book. It's basically they're a married couple, but they're going through hard times right now. And the husband is going to be leaving. So I'm gonna just read the back. So Roz and Vin can't look each other in the eyes anymore, let alone share a bed. It's been a year since they survived a life-altering accident and their marriage hasn't been the same. But Roz has held out hope that they can fix things. Until she discovers Vin has signed a new lease. So she does what any soon-to-be divorced Mennonite would do, sign up for a figure drawing class. Between Roz's determined attempts to improve her artistic skills and her adventures with her best friend, Rafi, she can almost ignore Vin's impending move-out date and his footsteps in their previously unoccupied guest room. but it would be all a lot easier if Vin wasn't Robbie's older brother. And if she didn't find him incredibly, deliberately attractive and kind. So kind, in fact, that Vin offers to let Roz draw him. What is she supposed to say? It's probably better than her original plan of finding some random male model online, and she needs all the practice she can get. Plus, that's sure to make a separation easier, right? Focus on every detail of your estranged spouse's body while drawing him in the nude. But after the year they've spent avoiding each other, it feels good to see and be seen by one another again. As Roz works to capture the wholeness of the person she fell in love with, will they both be able to draw upon the feelings that they bury deep inside, finally heal together? I'm excited. A traumatic accident tests the limits of love and resilience as a couple fights to rebuild what was broken and rediscover themselves in this tender, slow-burn romance by the best-selling author of Ready or Not and Promise Me Sunshine. Sometimes love sends you back to the drawing board. Oh, I'm excited to read this. I don't know why lately, but I've been really into like people who are like formally divorced or in the process of divorce, or have divorced but they're slowly getting back together, like they're slowly rebuilding and trying to get back together, or they're like independent. Like, it's like I've been reading a lot about rocky relationships or into it. I don't know if that's like the big thing right now in the romance category, that I have been seeing a lot of that lately, which I think is really nice to have that instead of like new people getting together or like second chance romance, but like second chance romance and like a more deeper perspective of like people who are like literally married to each other, or who are currently still married but going through hard times and thinking about divorcing one another and slowly, you know, finding themselves again and finding what made them fall in love with each other in the first place. I feel like that's really nice. And in a healthy perspective, like a lot of times some of them have kids or some of them don't have kids. And just like I said, to find that perspective of like what made me fall in love with you in the first place. Or we are been divorced for quite some time, but damn, like we've both been through people after our divorce, but it's like some reason we come back together. And we didn't break up because of we didn't divorce for some like toxic, you know, reason. It's just that we fell out of love, but now we're finding it again. I just feel like I love that new route that a lot of romance authors are going, is that type of route of like second chance romance, of like people that are formerly married that divorced, or people that are thinking about divorcing one another and finding the reason of why we should stay together. And the love that we have for each other is just like, you know, things have happened and, you know, people are like, I can't do this anymore. So I like the new route that romance is going. So with that, because I'm like thinking about all these books that I'm hearing about, and I'm like, they all have a similar pattern about that. So I'm excited to read this. The same booktuber talked about this one as well, One and Only by Maureen Gu, author of Throwback. So this is the cover. I just noticed both of them are very floral covers, which just makes sense. It is springtime, so these are very springy looking books. The synopsis of this one: she knows what her happily ever after looks like, and it's not him. Casa Park believes in soulmates, fated love stories. It's her family business after all 4 centuries, from Korea to Los Angeles. Park women have peered into clients' past lives to find their one true love. They're fated. This magical secret is why One and Only matchmaking has 100% guarantee for everyone but Cassia. For 10 years, Cass has been searching for her fated, a man named Daniel Nam, but he's still nowhere to be found. And so on the eve of her 40th birthday, Cass decides to do something for herself. She impulsively has a fling with Ellis. He's 28, indecently handsome, and not destined to be the love of her life, but she's surprised by their connection, and their fling feels like something more up to the moment he introduces her to her boss, Daniel Nam. As she battles between fate and chance head and heart, a family secret is revealed that will make Cass question everything she's ever known. Ooh. So I'm excited about this. It's very much like age gap romance, but also I like the idea of like her fighting of like, should I stick to what has been predestined and set in stone, basically, because it's worked for everybody else, so it should work for me too. Like, if it's 100% guaranteed for everybody else to be with their mated pair like I have set for them, and now I finally found him, but then I'm kind of comfortable with a guy that is basically half my age, and it's going well, but he's not my soulmate. So it's kind of like you go of like, should I stick to destiny and what's foretold and what's set in stone basically, or should I like beat my own path and find somebody and be with somebody that it's okay to be with somebody that's not set in stone for you, but it works and it feels good. So I'm excited to read this book, and especially I'm excited to read what this big secret of her family is. I don't want to assume, like in my back of my head I'm like tingling what I think it could be, but you never know. These authors will sit here and give you a whirlwind and spin. I've never read this author before, even though they already had a book prior, but I'm excited to read this author for the first time. I love reading authors that I've never read, and even though this is my second book by this author and I still have yet to read their first book, Ready or Not, I think I should finally, after I read this book, I'm going to read Ready or Not, even though I know that the Ready or Not characters, that they were in Promise Me Sunshine, and I think the booktuber said that the characters from Promise Me Sunshine are in this book. So it's kind of like they're interconnected, but not in the way of like they all know each other. It's like kind of like the characters kind of like just swivel in somehow. But I am reading right now a mafia book, which is part of a big interconnected mafia book. Literally, this is like one of the longest series. I think this is the longest series I've ever read of any author of all time. I think this book is literally book 12 of the series, and this author is still about to come out with a 13th book. But in the synopsis of the 13th book, the characters don't have, like, you don't know the characters' names. It just like gives like a brief synopsis of what's gonna happen, and it's an age gap romance. And I'm like, this author, I don't know if she got like a contract, rent due something, but girl, 13? Like, this is the longest series I've ever read. But I'm not mad at it because I particularly liked the Imperfect series. I think that's what it's called. I don't mind it. The only book I didn't read was book 11 because it wasn't because it was an age gap romance. It's because there's two things I'm not comfortable with: step sibling romances. I'm not with it, even though like he was in jail or in prison majority of her life. So it's like they really never had time to really be siblings per se. But the other thing that messes me up is like he's basically been writing her since she was 14, and they grow a romance. I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. And then like the book I did DNF it, which is like the only book from Matt Arthur's series I ever DNF, was also because like the beginning of the book was too much back and forth from them writing letters to each other because he's in prison, and I was just like, I'm not in the mood to do this, so I skipped it, and I'm reading the next book afterwards, which is Tara and Arturo, which are characters that we've seen in previous books. I think Arturo is from a character from the very first book of the series, and then she is the sister of another character. I forgot. I think he's probably like book 5 or 6. I could be wrong, of this series. And so I just like how the author, like, you forget about certain characters and all of a sudden the author reels them right back in and makes another book of them. And I'm just like, how does she do it? How does she remember all these characters and how they're all interconnected? Kind of, to be honest, thank God she explains, because I probably would forget. But that is my current read on Kindle Unlimited. That's like the one that I'm like just eating up right now. Also, the series that I've been eating up is called Pleasure Crew. I'm on the 3rd book of the series. I've read the first 2, which I feel like, to be honest, I like the 2nd book of the series more than the first book. The first book wasn't bad, but the romance in the 2nd book was more, it wasn't really like, they did do like, they bumped uglies, but the romance that grew out of it wasn't like, the focus wasn't really on the bumping uglies compared to the first book. This one was more of like developing a romance and a trust among the couple pair that I liked more than the first one. And then this one, I just started, so I can't give you my thoughts of like the 3rd book because I literally started. But for some reason I'm liking this Pleasure Crew series so far. It's very fast reads because they're about like 200 something pages, so they're really quick reads. But the 2nd one I did like a lot more than the first one. So it is very windy outside. I would have stayed outside and read by the pier, but it was too chilly today to do that. So I was like, on a nice warmer day and a sunnier, warmer day, like it was like 70 degrees, I probably would have stayed out and read. But it was too chilly. And I got some ice cream though, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home. Yes, I got ice cream even though it was chilly, but I saw Mr. Softy when I was walking to the library, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give me a cone. Like, I don't care that it's this cold outside. Give me a cone. And I did. And I fucking did. So I'm gonna probably start, I think this one, because this one feels like it's a smaller book. I'm gonna start this one and then obviously start reading this one. But yeah, that is all I have to say. Tomorrow I don't really have anything to do, but Thursday I'm more booked and busy. I have to go to some appointments with my mother, and then I'm going to the movies. I'm gonna see Me, You, and Tuscany. I'm excited to see the movie. So you'll probably won't see me again till Thursday. But thank you for listening to me chit chat, and I'll see you Thursday. Mwah. Y'all can't tell me I'm not taking it.